Two giant cable TV companies hope to merge next month. It's been approved. We'll tell you what's happening and who they are. Also, Roku had some big glitches over the past weekend, and other news stories that are happening. We're going to break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting over the past week. Today, in the weekend edition of Cord Cutting Today, where we take a look at the biggest stories, we try to answer your questions we saw from them, and give you quick updates with this. If you want to learn more about any of these stories I'm about to talk about and more, check out the show notes, and in the first pinned comment I'll put a link to everything I'm about to talk about. And if you like what we do here, please consider hitting that subscribe button or hitting that thumbs up. Do one or both, lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. With that said, let's dive into it. A lot happening in the world of cord cutting. Comcast and Spectrum reported their earnings this week and lost a lot of subscribers. Not a big surprise, especially on the internet side. Now, both of them slightly saw some changes on their TV side, with Spectrum only losing 21,000. But with that, though, they lost a ton of internet customers. And now Spectrum says by the middle of August, they hope to close on their purchase of Cox Media. Now, there's some debate here. Is YouTube TV the largest provider of live TV right now or not? There's a lot of guesswork with that. It's widely believed that YouTube TV has surpassed Comcast to become the second largest and was closing in rapidly on Spectrum's number of TV subscribers. With this merger, though, that would pull Spectrum well in advance of YouTube TV, putting them, I believe, over 20 million subscribers. Now, it's been approved. Just a lot of regulatory things in the back end with Cox and Spectrum. And I think California, once again, is one of the last hurdles here. There's been some pushback I've been hearing in Washington, D.C. and Congress and more about how much California is trying to almost be a second national government regulating these kind of things. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's some laws being pushed to curb that behavior. I'll be interested to see what happens. Would Congress have the ability to do that? Would they have the drive? Traditionally, the understanding is Congress and the federal government regulates interstate commerce. But should states be able to also regulate these kind of mergers? It should be interesting to see how that plays out. But California is another one that's potentially a road bump here if they don't approve this. And if they try to sue to block Spectrum from buying Cox, we'll see what happens there. They've been very aggressive, for example, stopping Nexstar from fully merging in Tegna. Also, with Paramount agreeing to pause their, for at least for now, as the lawsuit goes forward, their purchase of Warner Brothers Discovery because of lawsuits led primarily by California. We'll watch this very closely, but what would that mean for Cox subscribers in the short run? Nothing immediately, but very quickly you should start seeing things merge over. Your customer service will eventually move over to Spectrum's. Your, for example, customer login at some point will move from your Cox website to log in and pay your bill or your app over to Spectrum. Those things don't happen overnight. So on day one when this happens, you'll just keep using everything as you are. What will be interesting is Spectrum has been replacing traditional cable boxes with streaming with their Xumo Player streaming boxes and moving customers over to a streaming version of their cable TV package. How quickly will they be aggressive to do that to Cox? We'll wait and see. Also be interesting to see what kind of layoffs happen. Spectrum has reportedly been laying off even more support staff around the country. We'll watch that closely. All right, if you're a Roku TV customer, you may have been noticing some glitches over the weekend, last weekend and this week. Starting off with a widespread HDMI error. Have you noticed that sometimes when you switch HDMI ports, suddenly your TV kind of looks like an old SD TV with that 4x3, big black bars in the side, weird distorted image in the middle, and maybe backing out and going back to your HDMI port fixes it, maybe restarting your TV does. Roku's confirmed that that is a glitch they are aware of, but no word on when a fix is going to come. It seems to be random, and it doesn't always impact it, and it's only when you're using the HDMI port. Using the Roku TV to stream stuff doesn't seem to impact it. The other big glitch that they had over the weekend that came up is, once again, some Roku TV models would stop working if you didn't have an internet connection, meaning you could not access your antenna. Now, I broke this news back in March when I was watching March Madness, lost an internet connection, and I thought, that's not a big deal. I have an antenna. I'm watching CBS. Let me watch it there. and I couldn't. Now, they've rolled out a fix for most TVs, and I have confirmed, for example, on my Roku Pro TV that it does now allow me to watch my antenna without an internet connection. But apparently some Roku TV models were not added to that list, and Roku says they are aware of that issue, and they said within the next few days they'll have it fixed. Maybe even by the time I post this, all those TVs been fixed. If not, they should be fixed soon. Roku says they will make sure that Roku TVs can access your antenna even when there's no internet connection. So that's really good news there. No exact timeline, but should, maybe even by the time I post this, be fixed. Also, YouTube TV adding ESPN Unlimited. Now, according to a report from Austin Karp out there earlier this year, by the early August 1st and 2nd WWE event that's exclusive to ESPN Unlimited, YouTube TV would have access to it. And we started seeing YouTube TV pop up on lists of providers for that and some of the back end stuff. And a lot of you, word is either by the time I post this again or next week, we should see ESPN Unlimited available to YouTube TV subscribers. Let's back up to here. Late last year, YouTube TV and Disney had a falling out, and Disney channels left YouTube TV. Now, they eventually returned, and they struck a deal that would allow ESPN Unlimited to be added to any YouTube TV customer who also has ESPN. With this, the big holdup here, a lot of people say, why can't you log in? Well, with ESPN Unlimited right now, they want to have it built into YouTube TV's app. Now, they won't have a login. You won't go into the ESPN app and log in with YouTube TV and watch ESPN Unlimited content. They'll instead put it into YouTube TV. So things like the WWE event will be available for its customers there. Most of ESPN Unlimited content, which is the ESPN channels, is already available on YouTube TV. I don't know why this is the deal. I don't know why it took months and months and months, much longer than many people thought there. Now, the official word is it'll come out sometime this fall, widely anticipated prior to the NFL and college football season. But at the time of this recording, no official word, and all we have is this third-party report from inside sources saying it should come by August 1st. A lot of people say, well, I'm trying to log into the ESPN app to get ESPN Unlimited. It will not work that way. Unless they change their mind. They publicly have said it'll be integrated directly into the YouTube TV app. You will not need to leave the YouTube TV app to access ESPN Unlimited. Once it goes live, we'll have full coverage at courtcardsnews.com. If you see it live, send us a tip. Go to contact us. You go to courtcardsnews.com, click on the menu button, click on contact us, send us an email. We would really appreciate it. Hey, Wizard of Oz, for the first time in a very long time on free over-the-air TV, is coming back to your antenna. MeTV has struck a deal to bring Wizard of Oz to MeTV this October. Now, a few things. People are saying, I've seen it free streaming. Yes, it has been appearing on and off at some free streaming options, but it has not broadcast on broadcast TV free over there in the United States in quite some time, so it's great to see that. Now, if you don't get MeTV where you live with an antenna for free over the air, you can get it from things like Friendly or Philo. It does include MeTV there. And it sounds like they have a big plan for a ton of specials around the show. It was really cool. The commercial on the YouTube video, check out my story in the show notes and in the first pinned video to promote this, a promotional video. It includes clips from a lot of classic TV shows referencing the Wizard of Oz. I thought that was a nice little touch with it. But the Wizard of Oz coming to MeTV this October. Hey, Amazon is launching in a new adaptive text size display for Fire TV sticks. Now, quick correction here. Amazon originally sent an email telling us it was coming to the Fire TV Stick HD. They later corrected that, said it's on the new Fire TV Stick 4K, the one that runs the Linux version, and coming to this HD stick soon. I apologize. Amazon sent that correction to us. It was an error on their part. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We're all human. But with this, if let's say you had some text on the screen, there was a lot of black area around it, Amazon will now stretch that text, make it larger to help make it easier to read. Try to get rid of very small text on your screen. This adaptive text size will allow you to better read what's on your screen. As somebody who's getting older, I really do appreciate that. But Amazon's adaptive text size, where it changes the size of the text on the screen to fill as much of the screen as possible, is now coming to the new Fire TV Stick 4K and other models here in the future. And lastly, there's a new free over-the-air television network from Hasbro Legends. Now, I had a lot of questions. Isn't this already free streaming? Very similar version is streaming on things like Fire TV and other streaming services. You can watch it. Heartland Plus app 2 has this feed. There is some minor differences in this version compared to the older version. I wonder if it's some broadcasting rights, but you're going to find things like G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, Transformers, and more now free over the air. Bringing classic television out there to the masses. We're seeing a huge growth of this. Retro TV and Antenna TV, MeTV, of course, MeTV Tunes, and now this Hasbro Legends channel with free content. I love all this classic content coming for free. I live in an area that gets 50 plus free over the air channels. Unfortunately, not this one, but they're continuing to launch. So check them out. Link in the show notes. It's only available in about 50% of the United States. If you don't have it, unfortunately you don't have it. You're just going to hope that a local TV station adds it soon. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. We'll be back again real soon with another video. Until then, take care. Be safe. I'll talk to you all again real soon.